other big news. Russell Wilson to Denver for, let me make sure I get this right. It was for, hold on, I got to bring it up because it was, I don't want to be wrong. Okay. Broncos receive Russell Wilson in the 4th pick. Seahawks get Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, the D tackle guys, pretty good. 2 first-round picks, including this year. 2 second-round picks, and a 5th-round pick. Did anybody see this coming?
Not for that little, no.
Oh.
Like, that is... I mean, they gave up... like, Drew Lock, I don't even know if he would have been on Denver's roster opening day next year.
No.
So that part of the trade does not matter. So they gave up the number 9 pick this year.
Yep.
A first rounder next year that is going to be 27, 28 or later.
Yep.
2 second rounders.
Yep.
A starting defensive tackle who's a solid all-around football player, but I don't know if he's necessarily a perennial Pro Bowler. Definitely not an all-pro level guy. And a starting tight end who's, again, he's a promising young tight end. Not sure he's a perennial Pro Bowler, not an all-pro level guy. So they gave up essentially 2 2s, 2 1s, and a couple of starters at non-premium positions, kept all of their top-tier young talent for a top 10 quarterback in the league.
So you're saying that what the hell is Seahawks doing, essentially?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, maybe it was a situation where they didn't have any other options because Wilson did have the no trade clause, so they couldn't send him just anywhere.
They could not.
Reportedly, he wanted to stay on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that probably would have something to do with his wife likely doing a lot of work in Los Angeles, so making that commute easier. And Seattle wanted to get him out of the NFC.
Yep.
So that kind of leaves you with one team.
Yep.
So,
I mean, it's crazy. Craig, what you looking around, Craig? What's up, man?
Oh man, it's another one I don't really care about. Look, honestly,
that was a big one, though, Craig. Would you?
That's
like,
fine. I think.
Well, no, he wouldn't.
No. I don't. I mean, if he had went to Carolina, that'd have been cool. But I think that from what I've heard is that Washington offered him 3 1s, and they basically said no because they wanted to get him out of the NFC. So Washington had a better offer in terms of picks, and who knows what they would have had in terms of players, because I don't think they even got that far in the negotiation because they just cut him off from what I've heard. So I think they could have got a lot more for Russell Wilson. And I just think that they just, I guess, wanted the first offer from maybe a AFC team, and maybe Denver was that first team. So I don't know if Seattle is now in a rebuild. It seems like they are, but then I've heard maybe they're going to package what they took from Denver to try to go after Deshaun, which is, I mean, if they got picks from Denver, so they could obviously now they have more ammo to have, but they're releasing Bobby Wagner, so I just don't know what their plan is at this point. So, and they got a 70-year-old coach, so he doesn't seem like he would be there for a rebuild. 71-year-old coach. It doesn't seem like he'd be there for a rebuild for a team that has playoff aspirations. That I thought I picked them to go to the playoffs last year. I thought they were going to make it, but I mean, they had injuries at the quarterback and the running back, and the offensive line has just been terrible. So I want to see what Seattle's plan is. I guess is what I'm trying to say, because it doesn't seem like they actually have one right now, but maybe they're just biding their time until they can try to figure out what they're going to do with Deshaun or some other, because Drew Lock is not. I mean, the stock of DJ Metcalf, the stock of DJ Metcalf and Tyler Lockett has dropped. It doesn't matter if they draft a quarterback or if they keep Drew Lock, unless they go out and get Deshaun Watson. I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's just going to be a rebuild, but I don't know why you would do it at this point.
Well, there was also a report that Philly made an offer for Wilson, and Wilson would not waive his no trade clause to go to Philadelphia.
Yep.
3 number 1 picks.
Yes.
1 round.
Philly has 3 number 1 picks in this draft.
3 first round picks in the first round.
And I think Jalen Hurts, they offered. I think Philly offered a lot.
I would have taken that deal. I'm sorry.
And
then maybe you could have traded the same 3 picks, Jalen Hurts, to Houston for Deshaun Watson.
Jalen Hurts is definitely better than Drew Lock. Just mine. Maybe not, but maybe.
That's why I don't think they're going to keep Drew Lock. I think this can't be a rebuild. I think they just got to do something, package him, and send him to some other team, or Houston or something like that, or a 3-team deal or something.
I don't know, Craig. Here's the thing, right? So with Houston, right? Okay, so we're gonna go there, but with Seattle, I don't know what they're doing. To me, it seems like they're gonna be in a hole for a while. Unfortunately. They
are because of the division. They are because of the division.
They're not. Let's not forget Pete Carroll is like Jay Gruden, and he got Russell Wilson. He's an average. He's not that good of an NFL coach.
I don't know.
Let's be honest here, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to find a good quarterback like Russell Wilson, and unless they get Deshaun Watson, which if Philly's willing to throw 3 picks in, Deshaun might want to go. We don't know where Deshaun Watson is. No trade clause too, but his options are because it's court case.
I've been hearing Pittsburgh.
Right. The pool's getting smart. He might want to go to Pittsburgh. But all I'm saying is, this seems to me like Seattle kind of was like, all right, we're going to trade, and then we're going to go and obliterate it. I think they're going to not be a good team for a long time because of this trade. And now if they get Deshaun Watson, okay. Yeah. But I don't know. Go there because what I'm hearing, what I just heard from Greg Olson said that he got on Colin Cowherd's podcast, The Volume. He said this. Colin was like, "What's going on with the philosophies?" So Pete Carroll's older, didn't want the new offenses like the Joe Burrows, the Matthew Stafford, where you have running game, but the offense is more quarterback centric, right? There's still this old school philosophy, and that's not winning right now. It's not. So that's kind of the odds they had, and Russ wanted to be just to have a little bit more input. Thus, Denver's a good situation. Hackett is probably going to be open to him. They're probably going to converse a lot. There's probably going to be a lot of stuff that Russell Wilson likes. But listen, and then nobody takes in the fact that Paul Allen passed away. It's his sister running it. Does she know football? We don't know. She could be listening to Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll says, we're going to start over. They could draft Malik Willis, and we don't know how he turns out to be. Everybody's talking about he's probably a 3rd-round pick. Right, he's going to get overdrafted. Everybody says Malik Willis needs time. That's what I've heard. His talent is good. He just needs time.
Well, from
but it just
Thomas
Seattle. I think we're going to be talking about Seattle's one of the worst teams for a while.
But they have
what? But the wild part is
they're going to be picking up
what? But here's the wild part though. I was looking at top. They did a draft special. They do every month, once a month, twice a month. They do the draft specials down with Tom and Shay. I was just watching it. They was talking about Seattle want to sit there and build and gonna get the DN from Oregon at 9. With that pick they just got from Denver, they're gonna get the DN from Oregon. Like, so I don't know if they're gonna try to trade for a veteran and then draft the best available player at 9. Or what they're going to do, but I guarantee you, if the rumblings are not happening right now, it will happen during the season or at the end of the season. Lockett and Metcalf going to want out of there. They're not going to sit there and play multiple years under no Drew Lock or no rookie. So the rumblings are going to come. So this is about to be a total rebuild. This is about to be a total build from the ground up, and just go from there. So this is just a crazy thing. And I'm no disrespect. If I'm Seattle, unless you can go get one of these veterans, or even if you can get a veteran, this is so messy. What are you really going to do here? And I'm just talking about the division. Even in their division, let's not even talk about the whole NFC. Just their division, they're the bottom feeders right now.
It'll be bad. I'm telling you.
So if I was them, what I would do is I would run this season with Lock, and then look at quarterback situation next year with a better class. I honestly would just let the chips fall where it may.
You talking about tanking?
No, I'm not. I don't want to use that word tank, but I would at least let the chips fall where it may and play Lock. I mean, it looks like tanking. It does look like tanking, but I don't want to say it like
you
that.
start
Yeah,
to Lock for 17 NFL games.
Tanking when you start Sam Darnold for 17 games.
I would rather have Sam Darnold than Drew Lock.
Man, you delusional.
You rather have Drew Lock?
Did you see Sam Darnold last year?
Yeah, I think he.
No, you didn't see him.
I think you.
He said you ain't see him. He said you ain't see him.
We're gonna have a topic about Drew Lock.
Y'all stupid. He said, "Man, you ain't see him." Oh, y'all stupid.
Lock is horrible. Anyway, like they're gonna be in the top 5 pick if they go with him.
Seattle is sending mixed messages. Like you don't trade away your franchise quarterback and say you want to be competitive. You don't cut the other staple of your franchise and Bobby Wagner, who can still play.
Yes.
And then say you want to go get a Deshaun Watson. Like, if you're going to go get Deshaun Watson and be competitive, you're not trading or you're not cutting Bobby Wagner for nothing.
Yes.
Hey, listen. And I was just talking to
that was just a rumor, man.
I was just talking to my brother Todd about that. We was talking about Bobby Wagner. I'm like, if I'm Bobby Wagner, listen, I've been an all-pro for the last 3, 4, 5 straight years. I'm going to a contender. I'm not going to leave one bad situation to go to another bad situation just for some money. At this time, I want to win.
Yeah, he can go where he wants. Bobby Wagner's go different.
Wagner's got his money. He can go win now.
He could go. Yeah. He could go to wherever he wants. If Bobby Wagner wants to go to the Rams, he can go. If Bobby Wagner wants to go, I mean, he you know,
that's a scary. That's a scary thought, boy. If he go there, that's scary.
To me, first ballot Hall of Famer. He has a resume. I think at this point, if he wants to solidify it with a championship, he can pick. You know, but see, you're right. Seattle's just. I don't know what they're doing, man.
Trade Lockett, trade Metcalf. I would say try to trade Jamal Adams, but you're not getting anything close to the absurd amount of picks that you traded for him.
Just paid him too.
I think that's why they maybe took all those picks back, because they made that terrible trade for Adams or something.
Terrible.
It needs something back.
It's got to be something.
Did they even?
That was a terrible.
They trade Russell.
A terrible trade anyway.
Did they even recoup what they sent to get Adams?
I don't think so. I think still some stuff out there.
They didn't. But
damn.
They got close. They got close enough, but
I mean, give up their starting quarterback to almost give up what they gave up for a safety.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that they're just saying we're going to go even, or try to get as even as possible from that terrible trade we made.
I don't know, man. That's.
I feel like Russell Wilson had to ask for the trade. Had to say he wasn't coming back.
He did. I think what I heard was there was a lot of tension with the scheme. I think that he wanted to be more part, and I don't think it was the offensive line, because Denver offensive line isn't phenomenal.
It's okay.
It's all right, but I think it was literally like, hey, I see the league transforming into this. I got some ideas. And it's like, no, we're old school. We're going to play hard on defense. We're going to run the ball 35 times a game. And I think he's like, well, you know, we should do this. And I think it just came to a head. I didn't think he pulled it, you know, obviously not an Aaron Rodgers. But I think it was discussions. And I think that that was Denver's next option if they couldn't get Aaron Rodgers. What's up, Craig? Why are you shaking your head? You didn't think it went down? It's shocking, yeah, to me.
I mean, where do we put Denver in this? Where do we put Denver right now? And let's just talk about their division, though. In their division, let's not even go conference. Let's not even go whole big picture.
Where
second.
Where are they at in their division?
Second.
2.
second. I say I wouldn't put him over Kansas City
Second,
right now.
Craig?
Yeah.
I say second too, but like you have people like Nick Wright was like their third, and I was like,
And the
I like
Chargers?
but
yeah, he believes the Chargers, but I'm like, I haven't seen anything from Justin Herbert yet.
I have.
I have, but
Nah, I have, but overall the
Russell
team
Wilson.
is just so inconsistent.
Yeah.
Nah.
And the coaching, like even though Nathaniel Hackett's new, I kind of trust Russell Wilson a little bit more.
I mean,
right now they're hurting.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole lot of offseason. Denver has a brand new coaching staff. Hackett's a first-time head coach. Who knows if that'll work out?
Yeah.
A lot of question marks still. But
Definitely.
I mean, you look at all the skill position talent with Russell Wilson and a defense that played really well last year that granted will
O-line.
potentially
Maybe
maybe
O-line.
take a little bit of a step back without Vic Fangio coaching them.
Yeah.
They still have a lot of talent there, and they could end up adding Von Miller again.
Yeah. Now we wonder why Von Miller tweeted, "Am I going back?" Did he know?
Yeah, he might.
He might have knew.
I mean, if I'm Russell Wilson, I would have sent the recruiting text.
Yeah. He sent
like,
it
hey,
right
look,
out. He
I
said
need
the
help.
Rams or the Denver.
Yeah.
That's literally what he said. And it seems like I think Russ has a couple more years on his contract. But it seems like he's not. They're probably gonna load the roster around him up.
Yeah.
And that's probably what he wants.
Yeah.
Because that AFC's loaded.
Yeah, loaded.
It's loaded. you got
Like
not only in your own division, you got Joe Burrow right now that's take this claim. You have Lamar, you have Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you just have quality good teams. Patriots aren't world beaters, but they're good.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh aren't world beaters, but they're good. Depending on to get their quarterback, right? If they get Jimmy Garoppolo, they're going to be a playoff team. So they're a good team. It's just
listen.
Mayfield is healthy. You don't know Cleveland might be decent.